Hello! This is the story of how a very frustrated teacher became a successful and effective teacher. Jose is a student who does not enjoy school. He is very easily distracted and does not enjoy the book we are reading in class. As we began our work with The Whipping Boy, we spent Tuesdays reading and Thursdays working on a literature circle packet. The first page in the packet that we did was the discussion leader. I encouraged the students to be creative and go beyond basic character and plot questions. This page was challenging for all of my students, but Jose seemed to struggle the most. His first question that he wrote was, "How does the person become a prince?" And his answer was, "I think she had to earn it." Jose's initial question shows some potential, but his response clearly shows that he was not focused. His second question was, "What caused the person to get whipped?" This is a very basic plot question. Jose did not finish the page, even though I gave the students sufficient time to complete the assignment. The majority of the students seemed to enjoy the illustrator assignment because it didn't involve writing. I challenged the students to pick one specific scene from the book so far and to draw that. Jose was able to explain that his drawing was the royal banquet where the prince tied everyone's wigs to the chairs. I was excited that he was more focused on this page. After being absent for a few days because of a suspension and then a medical issue, Jose came back seemingly even worse. It was very difficult for him to get back into the book after missing a few chapters, and his work on the word wizard reflects his distraction. He picked words that he already knew and defined each in only 1 to 2 words. One thing that is interesting to note on this page is that he defined firmly as mad or stubborn. I'm assuming that he meant stubborn, but I'm curious if he actually thinks that the word is stubborn. These types of knowledge gaps have been a consistent pattern throughout my practicum experience. I decided to put down the packet for a few weeks and focus on reading and trying to get the group more into the book. Then it was time for the last page in the packet, the summarizer. Before I show you Jose's summary, I want to go back to an earlier assignment. On the second day of practicum, I had the students summarize just the first chapter of the book. This had seemed quite a simple assignment, but everyone really struggled, and here is Jose's response. Compare this to Jose's summary towards the middle of the book. Jose actually asked me if he could keep writing after the time ran out, and, as you can see, he crammed his writing at the bottom in order to finish his ideas. What caused this enormous growth? After doing the summarizer page, Jose continued to be more engaged and more focused, especially with vocabulary. As we read now, Jose asks about words he doesn't know, and even asks if he can go write them up on the board to remind him to look them up later. I think one major effect was his absence. Students in this group all seem to have a lot of absences, and missing even one day really kills the flow. I also think that the writing and vocabulary strategies we did helped Jose focus, since they weren't as broad as some of the literature circle packet activities. A final reason for Jose's growth spurt was my discipline. Jose and another student had been the class clowns, and I finally decided to kick one student out of class and write Jose up on a discipline strip. After this class, the students realized that I had some authority and behaved more respectfully. Overall, this experience has taught me a lot about myself and my teaching styles, and especially how I approach discipline, as well as how students learn best. Thank you.
Created using Powtoon.